The first video essay! The topic of today's video is an artist by the name of Killer Sounds and Low-Fidelity Visuals No. For short, KSLV No. Since I hate talking in abbreviations and I am way too lazy to say the full name of this artist, I will be referring to them as Dr. No. Nice James Bond reference, dingus! My other reason to refer to this person as Dr. No is because I do not know the gender of this person. I was planning on referring to them as Mr. or Miss No, but since I am unsure of the gender, I will be referring to this artist as Dr. No, and also under the they-them pronouns. Now, who is Dr. No? My favorite Phonk artist of all time. Now, I would explain to you the history of Phonk music and also some other things about Phonk, but I do not want to stretch out this video too long. What I will do is put down two links in the description of this video down below. One is going to explain the history of Phonk music, and the other one is going to explain how Phonk has a bunch of other genres under it, and it will also explain how Phonk music is not only drift funk with a bunch of cowbell melodies inside of it. Now, the artist has the word no in their name. If you do not know what that means, this is the definition of the word. And I also think that this part of the artist's name ties in with the theme of their music, because a lot of the song covers for Dr. No involve a lot of no masks. Now, some of these song covers have pictures that are ripped off of Google, which is fine. Not everyone has the time to make their own song covers every single time. I, for one, actually think that the song covers look really freaking good. The videos that you will see on Dr. No's channel will be their songs that are also music videos. Usually you will find drift footage on their channel and they will play their songs over the drift footage. Over the video will be a retro styled filter with lines going on it, if you know what I mean. They usually get the drift footage from somebody else, or maybe Dr. No records some of the drift footage themselves. Dr. No's music has a variety of moods. It ranges from relaxing to sheer fucking violence. Dr. No actually has a few viral songs here and there, and one of them was called Override. This song was actually my introduction to Dr. No's music. It was the first one that I have ever listened to. Let me just play a clip of it. About the first 20 seconds of Override. Listen, I know fuck all about production, but that introduction of the song alone sounded so fucking aggressive and bloody insane. The production of the song sounded so clean. The beats inside of it sounded so dirty. I have no idea if that makes any sense. That is how I am describing it. Everything about that song sounded so good. When I first heard it, I was like, holy fuck, this is insanely aggressive. This is just going in right at the start of it. Music that does that usually gets on my good side. It felt so good. It felt so violent in an amazing way. Recently, I have been listening to a lot of violent music, and Dr. No's music can be really violent, and that is what I love. Now, this song does have cowbell melodies inside of it, but everything in the song was so diverse. The cowbell melodies had such a diverse feel and sound to it. Usually in drift funk songs, you will have a cowbell melody that goes on for about 1 to maybe even 3 minutes in the entire song, and the cowbell melody will usually have a few keys in there that will play for the whole song. Fine, in my opinion. I have never heard a bad funk song in my entire life. The thing that Dr. No did with Override is they basically made a very diverse cowbell melody, but instead of making it the main star of the show, it was playing along with the other melodies and the other instrumentals of the song, the different parts of the production, and it just mixed in so well. It sounded like every single instrumental in that song played their part to just about an equal amount, and it sounded so freaking united, if that makes any sense. Everything was going so well together in that song. Now, the most famous song by Dr. No is actually called Disaster. Now, the reason why this song was trending all over the place is because of TikTok mainly, and also Instagram Reels. As of the time of this recording, the song has over 14 million views. I will play a small clip of it right now. social media a lot, you most likely have heard that song around Instagram or TikTok, and it's also kind of puts Dr. No on the map. Now, I really like Disaster, but I feel like there are some better songs that Dr. No has released. One of those really good songs that Dr. No has made is called Downtown Rumble. This song has one of the most beautiful melodies that I have ever heard in any funk song. Percussion of that song, along with the great feeling of the bass, gave the song a whole entire feeling that I never thought was possible. It sounded like such a great ear massage, if that makes any sense. There are some parts of the song that have staggered percussion, and then there are other parts of the song where the percussion is unstaggered, and it sounds so freaking nice. Also, the melody in the song that goes like da 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 is so fucking beautiful. You have no idea what I felt when I heard the song for the first time. Dr. No has another song that is called Dynamic, and the output of the sound has an interesting pattern, to say the least. Let me just play you this part of it. What you just heard in the song was called a staccato pattern. Basically, these are sound patterns that sound like I do not know how to explain it in technical terms, but this example should help you out about what a staccato pattern is. Dr. No does tend to put staccato patterns in their songs every now and then, but Dynamic is the song where they basically use the staccato pattern to the best of its ability. The staccato pattern of that part of the song make it sound so fast, exhilarating, and powerful. It's just a great use of the pattern, and then when the song returns from that staccato pattern, it feels like a second wind, if that makes any sense. It sounds like a boost of energy. Another great thing that Dr. No can do really well is make a song with a certain name, and then in the song, sounds will capture the very essence of that name. Dystopia is a great example of this. Mask that you see on the cover for Dystopia genuinely looks terrified. I feel like the face that the No Mask is making in the song cover picture is supposed to resemble the average human reaction to Dystopia right in front of them. As for the sounds, it perfectly captures what a dystopia is. You can hear staccato patterns every now and then in the song, and especially in that part of the song that I played. Also, everything was super distorted and broken in terms of the audio. Everything just sounded loud, violent, genuinely terrifying. I feel like the sounds perfectly captured what the dystopia was, along with the song cover picture for this song. One thing that Dr. No tends to do a lot in their songs is fade the song in and out during starts and transitions of the song, and also at the ends of the song as well. You do not necessarily have to do fade ins and fade out to transition, start, or end a song. You can make it start or transition slow, maybe even fall slowly every now and then without the use of fade ins or fade outs. I mean, do not get me wrong, I like the sound of them every now and then, but I feel like they could be used a little bit less during these songs, and the build-ups plus the fall downs could be done a little bit differently, in my opinion. One song that does this differently in a way is Lobotomy. Like Override, Lobotomy starts the song aggressively and loud right out of the gate. part of the bass that just goes like has enough power to jump scare the hell out of somebody out of their chair. Lobotomy is easily one of the most violent songs that Dr. No has ever released. They transitioned the song from phase 1 into phase 2 without the use of fade-ins or fade-outs, and a fade-out was only used to exit the song. The build-up of the song was slow but steady without the use of a fade-in, and the fall-down of the song was done so well without the use of a fade-out. So the build-up of the song was slow and steady. Then the second phase starts even more aggressively than the beginning, because it just goes like you have to listen to the full song to get the full idea of what I mean. I will be linking all of the songs that I have played in the description of this video below, along with the link tree for Dr. No. The link tree has all of their social medias and their music platforms where they upload their music. There is one song that really freaking surprised me with how good it was. A while back, Dr. No made a 3-song extended play with another artist that goes by the name of Cowbell Christ. I did some research on this Cowbell Christ person, and it turns out that there's not much information on them other than this SoundCloud account of theirs. The extended play was called Holy Trinity, and the second song in there was called Colossus, which is my favorite song in the extended play, and also one of my favorite Phonk songs of all time. This is why. To put it shortly, these two artists made a bloody masterpiece. This song tackles so many different genres at once. I think it is drift funk, synthwave, and rock, because I believe that I heard some guitars in there. This is probably the best use of a cowbell melody inside of a song that I have ever heard. Usually in Dr. No's music, the cowbell melody will play very well with the other instrumentals and the different parts of the production, but in this case particularly, it plays extremely well. It makes it so majestic and beautiful, if that makes any sense. I never knew that I would be calling a Phonk song majestic. I mean, I love Phonk, but it never gives off that majestic vibe. It felt retro as well, because it sounded like some of the instrumentals in there retro styled, like synthwave. Synthwave is one of those genres that basically are my therapy at the moment. Synthwave is one of those things that I started getting into because of my older brother back in the early 2010s. Listening to it again, especially in Phonk music, is so freaking exhilarating and beautiful. I felt so at ease. Thank you, Dr. No and Cowbell Christ, for making this fucking masterpiece. The last song that I am going to feature on this video is called Hotline, and Dr. No collaborated with someone that is called Hovsaj. At least that's how I think you pronounce their name. Anyway, Hovsaj and Dr. No had a bit of a dispute about the tempo of the song, so there are two versions of Hotline. One of them is a slower version that Dr. No preferred, and the other one is a faster paced version of the song by Hovsaj, and that is on their SoundCloud. What I will be doing is just previewing the Dr. No version of the song where everything is slower paced, because personally I like the slower paced version of this song better. Hotline is a recent track from Dr. No, and when I saw it, I thought it was just going to be another calm song by them, and it was going to be pretty nice, maybe a little bit of violence here and there. When I listened to it, this song connected with me on an emotional level, which is something that a lot of Phonk songs do, but this one connected to a deeper emotional level than usual. This song is my favorite Phonk song of all time now, and it is also the most beautiful Phonk song that I have ever heard in my entire life. For a long long time, I do not think that any Phonk song will top the beauty of Hotline. If I was not so empty inside, I would happily bawl my eyes out to this song. That is how good it is. This is the type of song that I would fight my fucking demons to. It is aggressive and violent, just how I like it, but the thing that really ended up getting to me was the melody, the constant changing of the keys, the transitions, the build-ups, the sheer goosebumps that I ended up getting from this song. Everything just added up into this emotional masterpiece. There were so many emotions that were going through me when I heard that song. I do not know how to describe it. Hotline is just a fucking masterpiece. Those are my overall thoughts on Dr. No's music. Altogether, I think that they are the master of Phonk in my opinion. I am going to mention 4 honorable mentions. I will not play them, but I will mention them right now. In fact, song cover pictures for those songs will be put in the thumbnail for this video. The 4 songs are called Soulless, Cold, Get the Pump, Prison Escape. I will leave it up to you as the viewer to go find those 4 songs. Here's a message to Dr. No. Thank you so freaking much for making this music, because it has been carrying me through these hard times. Life has been utter shit for me at the moment. My family is fucking falling apart at the moment. I have been losing non-stop at a game that people like to call love. For 6 to 7 years, I have had 0 luck, and everything just makes me feel lonely. I feel so freaking solitary in this world. I feel like I have no one, but your music feels like something. Your music gets me through it every fucking time. I love you for that. Thank you for this, Dr. No. For the exit of this video, I will be playing Dr. No's newest song, Delirium. Until then, I am the old one, and I am logging out. Stay safe, rest well, have a great day, and I love every single one of you, especially you, Dr. No.